Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. I do know that tracks 14 to 16 were bonus tracks on the original release, and tracks 17 to 21 were like extra treats, extra hidden gems that were retrieved from the bin. And that's obviously a great thing for fans. For me, I'm not entirely sure if I'm in for something really good, so I might not love these tracks as much as the first 13, but who knows, right? Maybe I'll be left confused as to why these songs were abandoned. Let's find out. This is Wonderland.
Flashing lights and we took a wrong turn and we fell down a rabbit hole. You held on tight to me, 'cause nothing's as it seems, and spinning out of control. Didn't they tell us don't rush into things? Didn't you flash your green eyes at me? Haven't you heard what becomes of curious minds? Ooh, didn't it all seem new and exciting? I felt your arms twisting around me. I should have slept with one eye open at night. We found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it, and we pretended it could last forever. We found Wonderland, you
The
and I got lost in it.
very of that era.
Was never worse, but never better. In Wonderland, in Wonderland, in Wonderland,
I don't hate this one.
in Wonderland.
Weird.
We went on our
Kind of a
way,
weird song,
doing love to think straight, all alone,
but it has a creative edge to it, with those
There were
bending notes
strangers
coming down.
watching, and
There's also a
whispers
bending
turned
note in the
to
chorus going up.
talking, and talking's turned to scream.
Memorable melody in the verse for sure.
Didn't they tell us don't rush into things? Didn't you flash your green eyes at me? Didn't you calm my fears with a Cheshire Cat smile? Ooh, didn't it all seem new and exciting? I felt your arms twisting around me.
For some reason, that Cheshire Cat lyric, Cheshire Cat, it sounds good to say.
Wonderland, you and I got lost in it, and we
You can hear like sleigh bells. That's cute.
We found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it, and life was never worse, but never better. In Wonderland,
I don't know, this song kind of goes hard. I usually don't enjoy choruses that kind of drop like this, and the whole that's a trend that I don't miss, but I don't know.
reached for you, but you were gone.
It's a chorus that features two different things that I usually don't like, but the way that it's incorporated here is really cool.
The world for something else to make you feel like what we had.
I enjoy it despite myself.
And in Wonderland, we both went mad. Oh, we found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it, and we pretended it could last forever. We found Wonderland, you and I got lost in it, and life was never worse, but never better.
There is some rhythmic playfulness in the lower synth too. Good percussion details as well. Yeah, you know what? It's a little dubstep too in the song, slightly. And that's a neat touch. Weirdness. I'm into it. Yeah, maybe these bonus tracks are not so bonusy after all. I can see why that song didn't make the album, but not because it's a bad song necessarily, but stylistically, it wasn't the bouncy poppy bop that a lot of the other tracks were. It had a more groovy electronic edge, but I still liked it. Good choice to have as a bonus track, I would say. Next song, You Are in Love.
One look, dark room, meant just for you. Time moved too fast. You play it back. Buttons on a coat, light-hearted joke. No proof, not much, but you saw enough. Small talk, he drives, coffee at midnight. The light reflects the chain on your neck. He says, look up, and your shoulders brush. No proof, one touch, but you felt enough. You can hear it in the silence, silence. You could feel it on the way home, way home. You can see it with the lights out, lights out.
This is the closest song to something that you would hear on the Poets Department. Sweet, pleasant. I have no complaints really. That actually was a lovely production detail there. But it's a bit plain, you know.
He keeps his word, and for once you let go of your fears and your goals.
I like how they
One step, not
attempted
much,
the
but it said
ba ba ba
enough.
ba
You kiss on
ba ba.
sidewalks,
It's unusual
you fight,
flow,
and you
but I like it.
One
I like that
night
unusual part of it.
he wakes, strange look on his
But the
face,
chorus is
pauses,
a little similar
then
to
says,
Blank
"You're
Space.
my best friend."
So that makes sense to me that this song was a bonus track. It's too similar to Blank Space.
In love, you can hear it in the silence,
You know?
you can feel it on the way home, way home. You can see it with the lights
I do apologize that a lot of this reaction is basically throwing shade at the Torture Poets Department. But I have to provide context for what I'm experiencing, you know. I think relating one work to the other helps me paint a picture of what I'm getting from this particular song.
You can hear it in the silence. You can feel it on the way home. You could see it with the lights out. You're in love, true love. You're in love. You can hear it in the silence.
And I know that this song, right, is about Jank Antonov's love. Taylor admired, or was, yeah, like admiring how he was behaving and realized that he was in love. So this song is about another relationship that's adjacent to her. And that's a really cute idea for lyrics. I wonder if Jack fell in love with this song because of that, and he latched onto this style and was like, we need more songs from Taylor like this song. Am I making sense here? Does that seem out of the realm of possibility, you know? This is so Torture Poets coded. Food for thought. Not my favorite. This is New Romantics.
We're all bored. We're all so tired of everything we wait for. Trains that just aren't coming. We show off our different scarlet letters.
This is reminding me of Blink 182. Interesting. There's such a clear Blink 182 influence in these verses, similar to the track I Miss You, right? By Blink 182. And that's a cool influence. So that's what makes this song stand out. And the chorus is alright, but I'm more intrigued by the way the verses are. They sound a little different to her, like different from what she would normally do. I think even production-wise, this one isn't as good.
Please take my hand and please take me dancing and please leave me stranded. It's so romantic.
Again, really fun listening to her sing. She's giving the vocals. And it's growing on me a little bit, actually. That chorus. The melody is kind of nice. Does anyone else picture like a music video taking place in a theme park for this song? Anyone else getting that? Yeah, not bad. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but not bad. Not bad at all. This is Slut. Okay, interesting. So this is like from the vault, okay? This was not supposed to be released ever. Not crazy about this one either. Again, this is kind of more toward the Tortured Poets sound that I wasn't crazy about. Spacey, a bit bland. Was this really recorded around the 1989 era? Was this really written and recorded around that era? Or was this recorded later and just simply placed on the track list here? production here is kind of lacking, and so are her vocals.
I might as well be drunk in love, asleep, taking your time in the tangerine. Neon light, this is luxury. You're not saying you're in love with me, but you're going to have a way, taking your chance. It's a big mistake. Said it might blow up in your pretty face. I'm not saying
This production and performance feels way more thrown together than the rest. Fair enough, this is one they retrieved from the bottom of the bin, but that is very obvious to me, just from the sounds of it. It's not like they went to the effort to really clean it up a lot. Definitely can understand why that one never made it. Say Don't Go. Let's see how this sounds.
I've known it from the very start. We're a shot in the darkest dark. Oh no, I'm unarmed. The waiting is a sadness, fading into madness. Oh no, it won't stop. I'm standing on a tightrope alone. I hold my breath a little bit longer, halfway out the door, but it won't close. I'm holding out hope for you to say, don't go. I would stay forever if you say, don't go. Why'd you have to lead me on? Why'd you have to twist the knife? Walk away and leave me bleeding.
Okay,
Why'd you whisper
have some
in the
pulse.
dark just to leave me in the night? Now your silence has me screaming. Say, don't go. I would stay forever if you say,
So I have to pause here because I'm finding it hard to believe that this song was written around the same time as 1989. If this song was written around the same time as 1989, then why didn't a song like this make the album? You know that sort of pulsing synth bass, bom 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 bom, and the extensive reverb, right? I was commenting earlier about how the previous tracks didn't have a lot of reverb and processing on her voice, and even in the instrumental as a whole, it wasn't drenched in reverb the way that this song is. This song, the entire production, sounds way closer to something that she would have recorded in the past couple of years. So this probably isn't news to you if that really is the case. You might already know that actually, yeah, this is a more recent song that was just kind of tacked on to the end of 1989 Taylor's version, but it wasn't actually recorded around the 1989 era. But if it's claimed that this song was written around that era, I would be very skeptical. It reflects her later style so much. It's basically in her later style, 100%. There's none of that fun, poppy bounciness that is present on the other 1989 tracks. And if this song was written around that era, I'll say this again, if this song was written around that era and they were aiming for the sound, surely a song that resembles this sound would have made the official tracklist, right? So it's weird to me that if this song was written around that era, but it was left off of the official tracklist, and it was not even favored enough to include as a bonus track, it actually was dumped. It was thrown in the garbage. Then why would she eventually find this sound so appealing that she would dedicate an entire double album to this sound later in her career? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that make zero sense? If this song was bottom of the barrel for her during the 1989 era, why does the Torture Poets department sound like this in its entirety? That's why I think this song was not written around that time. This song was written recently, and it probably was thrown to the wayside recently, but it was probably just included in the Taylor's version as an extra tidbit, just so that fans could have something else to enjoy as a reward for their loyalty to Taylor's version. Which is fair enough, I get it. And as far as the recording goes, since it's Taylor's version, everything on this album is a re-recording. However, this song was never released previously. So because of that, is the original recording of this song forever locked away by the original label since they own that master? Or since she didn't release that song, does she still own this master and therefore this recording is the original? I want to know that. Interesting stuff, interesting stuff. You guys have the answers. I'm sure Google has the answers too, but I didn't expect to have all these questions raised. I did not expect these later songs to sound like her later style at all. And therefore, I don't really like this song that much. That's what I'm getting at. I don't really enjoy this song. It's a little boring. It's a little bland. There's nothing to it for me. So maybe this is where I really should be paying attention to the lyrics. And I did read that this song was about anxiety about her partner leaving, right? That we have here, now I'm pacing on shaky ground, I'm yours but you're not mine. I do get it, but I feel like I'm blue in the face from saying that. The lyrics are only half the game. There's gotta be an intriguing sound to it. Let's continue.
Now I'm pacing on shaky ground. Strike a match, then you blow it out. Oh no, it's not fair. 'Cause you kiss me and it stops time. And I'm yours, but you're not mine. Oh no, you're not there. I'm standing on the sidewalk alone. I wait for you to drive by. I'm trying to see the cards that you won't show. I'm about to fold unless you say don't go. I would stay forever if you say don't go. Why'd you have to lead me on? Why'd you have to twist the night? Walk away and leave me bleeding, bleeding. Why'd you whisper in the dark just to leave me in the night? Now your silence has me screaming, screaming. Say don't go. I would stay forever if you say don't go. Why do you have to make me want you? Why do you have to give me nothing back? Why do you have to make me love you? I said I love you. You say nothing back. Why'd you have to leave me on? Why'd you have to twist the night? Walk away and leave me bleeding, bleeding. Why'd you whisper in
Yeah, it's just missing a good hook, missing some element of catchiness. It was also missing the tendency to have a really beautiful bridge that the earlier songs did. That higher thing, that's kind of pretty. I'll give it that. I kind of like it. Reminds me of the 90s for some reason.
But you won't, but you won't. I would stay forever if you say don't.
There's some good musicality in the final seconds of the song with the violin and the acoustic guitar.
But you won't, but you won't.
Okay, it got some points in the last few seconds, surprisingly. Good, good. Okay, now that we don't talk.
You went to a party, I heard from everybody. You part the crowd like the Red Sea, don't even get me started. Did you get anxious though, on the way home? I guess I'll never ever know, now that we don't talk.
Another song from her later years?
You grew your
A little
hair
bit.
long, you got
Maybe.
no icons, and from the outside it looks like you're trying lives on. I miss the old ways, you didn't have to change, but I guess I don't have a say. Now that we don't talk, I call my mom, she said that it was for the best. Remind myself the more I gave you want me less.
That's a snappy melody.
So I pay the price of what I lost and what it cost. Now that we don't talk, what do you tell your friends we shared dinners, long weekends with? Truth is, I can't pretend it's platonic, it's just ended. So I call my mom, she said to get
I don't know, I kind of like this one actually. It sounds to me like it's still in the later style. I'm calling it the later style because that's what it sounds like to me, but it's catchy. Come on, girl. We know you like the yachts. Who doesn't like a yacht? Interesting. That was an interesting song that was a little short. I guess that was more of an idea, but not bad.
Called you on unmarked numbers in my peripheral vision.
This is
I let it slide like a hose on a slippery plastic summer.
Suburban
Was
Legends.
quickly forgiven. You were so magnetic,
I
there
do
was
not get her earlier
almost
sound from these
obnoxious.
songs at all.
Flush with the currency of cool
So I must have it right.
eyes,
These must be later tracks that were included.
pockets. And when it came to you,
So unfortunately that means that her vocals have not been that captivating for me either.
suburban legends when you hold me in,
Overly dependent on
and you kiss me in a way that's gonna screw
multi-layering the vocals.
I had the
and
fantasy
reverb.
that maybe our mismatched star signs would surprise the whole school.
Speech level,
When I ended
monotonous
up back
tone.
at a class reunion, walking in with
like songs like this, they don't really demand
chapter in
dynamic
my
vocals,
own
right?
diaries.
Because they're focused on the lyrics.
Ripped out. I am standing in a 1950s gymnasium, and I can still see you now. I didn't come here to make friends. We were born to be suburban legends. When you hold me, it holds me together, and you kiss me in a way that's gonna screw me up forever. I know that you still remember we were born to be national treasures. When you told me we'd get back together, and you kissed me in a way that's gonna screw me up forever.
Interesting.
Tick-tock on the clock, I pace down your block. I
You can sort of bop
broke my
along to
heart
it.
'cause you were too polite to do it. Waves crash on the shore. I
Very
crash
lyrically
to the
focused.
door. You don't knock anymore, and my whole life's ruined. Tick-tock on the clock, I pace down your block. I broke my own heart 'cause you were too polite to do it. Waves crash to the shore. I dash to the door.
Again, this song sounds like more an idea she was throwing down. Yeah, so I'm kind of going hard on these tracks, but it makes sense. They were retrieved from a bin somewhere. Makes sense that they sound incomplete. Because there are you notice that there are little catchy bits here and there, and those ideas were probably the genesis of these songs, but she just couldn't successfully develop that genesis into a full song. And I believe this is the last track. This is... Is it over now?
Once the flight had flown, with the wilt of the rose, I slept all alone, but you still wouldn't go. Let's fast forward to 300 takeout copies later. I see your profile and your smile on unsuspecting waiters. You dream of my mouth before it called you a lying traitor. You search in every maiden's bed for something greater. Baby, was it over when she laid down on you?
Just to say again that as far as lyrics go in poetry, she is very clever. She's got an interesting way of thinking about things, pulling imagery from her head. You dream of my mouth before it calls you a lying traitor. You search in every maiden's bed for something greater. And I've said this before, her lyricism can't be denied, straight up. Unfortunately, I feel like I am back in the zone where I was in my previous reaction of the Tortured Poets, where I've gotten a little bored of the same sound over and over again, the same chord progression over and over again. It does kind of baffle me a little bit to hear that chord progression so much. So she really did like repeat the same idea multiple times in the studio, resulting in more than 30 songs. Maybe 40, 50 songs without shame in favor of creative lyrics. An interesting technique. It certainly paid off because her fans love it. It's not for me. I would get bored to tears trying to make music like that. And I know, right? This song is kind of one of the rarer, like, demo type situations. And lo and behold, I have harsh words about it. Duh, right? But it's not really that this song is bad. It's just more weird to me how, again, it does sound like it's from her later eras. And the contrast between the songwriting philosophy from her earlier eras and her later eras is crazy. It's like we had such a focus on making really great musical composition earlier, and then later shifted to music as a secondary feature and lyrics as the focus. And I don't want to make it seem like that's the wrong way to enjoy music. But since I'm a composer and I really always put music first, I can't help but be a snob about that and come across probably as a little arrogant when I complain about lack of interesting musical features and interesting production details. But I hope that you can see from how much I enjoyed the earlier songs that I have nothing against Taylor Swift specifically. It's more the level of care put into the music and the vocals that I'm concerned with when I enjoy something, rather than lyrics. And if the lyrics are great, which they ought to be, always, that's the full package. That's the icing on the cake. That's what the song is about. But why not do those lyrics justice with great music? I don't know. Let's continue.
Was it over when he unbuttoned my blouse? Come here, I whispered in your ear in your dream as you passed out. Baby, was it over then? And is it over now? When you lost control, red blood, white snow.
Sorry if my chair is squeaking. If you hear any weird squeaking sounds, it's because I'm on a leather chair.
Your new girl is my clone. And did you think I didn't see there were flashing lights? At least I had the decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors about my hips and thighs and my whispered sighs. Oh Lord, I think about jumping off a very tall something.
A little bit of personality in the vocal there.
And say the one thing I've been wanting, but no. Let's fast forward to 300 awkward blind dates later. If she's got blue eyes, I will surmise that she'll probably date her. You dream of my mouth before it called you.
So this song is, when you think about it, it's going for a similar thing as Out of the Woods, where it's like a single note repeated. Are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods? Are we out of the woods? And this song, it's like, Let's fast forward to 300 awkward blind dates. I talked about how I enjoyed it in Out of the Woods. In this song, it's not hitting as much. It's because the rhythm is more stiff in this one. Da, 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 right? Whereas at least in Out of the Woods, you've got some faster notes in there. I'll be out of that. And the production just felt more vibrant in that song too. It's possible even that this song became Out of the Woods in a way, because there's a similar idea going on here in the chorus.
Lying traitor, you searching every model's bed for something greater, baby. Was it over when she laid down on your couch? Was it over when he unbuttons my blouse? Come here, I whispered in your ear in your dream as you passed out, baby. Was it over then? And is it over now? Flashing lights, at least I had the decency to keep my nights out of sight. Only rumors by my hips and thighs, and I whispered.
And there's parts that are giving a little bit of a style thing, the song style. So maybe this is the one track actually that I might believe was written around that era. Maybe. Interesting. I'd say out of the last four songs, the From the Vault songs, this might be my favorite. It did have a few little cool things going for it. I thought it had some nice melodies. Still fairly run of the mill, but I'd say more worth listening to than the other three. And that about concludes our journey for this album, which I enjoyed way more than my previous reaction. I think you guys hit the nail on the head with this recommendation. I'll even be going back to this and listening to it. It was so fun. I really enjoyed myself as far as the official album tracks went. And I even enjoyed the 3 bonus tracks quite a bit, especially Wonderland. But then once we got into... Oh, it was 5 songs, was it? Once we got to 17 to 21. Yeah, that's when I fell off. As I'm sure many of you guys did too, right? Or am I the only one alone in this? And I know I did go off on some tirades there in the middle, but I hope it was good food for thought and didn't just come across like a rant. But I had to get those thoughts out because the stylistic choices of 17 to 21 really took me by surprise, out of left field. I think my favorite song out of this whole experience, what's standing out to me honestly is All You Had to Do Was Stay. I remember liking that one a lot. My favorite Taylor song ever probably is still Style. I think that is an utter classic. Wildest Dreams too, and my least favorite track, it's hard to say since the later ones kind of blurred together. It might be Slut, actually. Or even You Are In Love. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect listening to this album. My fear, honestly, was that it was going to be the 1989 songs re-recorded in the style of Tortured Poets. Thank goodness that's not what I got. I actually got something that was recorded with a lot of love and joy. You can totally hear it in the way she's singing in her vocals. That she is totally connected to these songs that, again, she's been performing for many years. She's improved so much as a vocalist. I was surprised by the tasteful production throughout. This was fun. Now the question is, where do we go from here? What would I like? Or what would I not like? The thing about my channel is that I really don't mind discussing music that I don't like. I enjoy the process of analyzing music and trying to get to the heart of how I feel about it, regardless of whether I really do enjoy it or not. So you don't have to recommend something that you think I would love. Of course, that would be enjoyable, but there is something fun for me too about hearing something that doesn't click and just trying to explain why that is. And it seems that you guys enjoy those parts too. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys for supporting me. Alright, that's about it. Again, please leave your thoughts below, your recommendations, your complaints. I'm all ears. I hope you have a lovely day or evening, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one.